I'm Sammy Backstrom, was Pharaoh, and I got to compete on ponies with the outstanding Colton Maelstrom. In '97 and '98 we won 2 European gold medals and 1 silver, and we broke records that still stand today. She was an exceptional pony and I had an amazing few years with her. Oh, I had lots of ponies and lots of different rides. The ones that really stand out, I had a little Irish pony called My Lady Blue. And she was lovely. We bought her fairly inexperienced and brought her over, and she ended up jumping Cool Fabrications, which was then the top pony classes. We also had one called Irish Classic Touch, which taught me a lot, and a lot of patience and how to stay on when they stopped as well. And she was the first pony that I jumped to Home Nations team with. And then probably the pony that taught me everything I know today was Misty, Ocean Mystique, who we had on loan or lease to start, and she took me from jumping little tiny fences all the way up to the biggest pony classes. So I had just two-tone, and she was JC when we bought her, so she was a novice, and we ended up qualifying for, she was the first one that I took to Horse of the Year show. I want to say it's 1996 that she went to the Horse of the Year show, and the blue chips and the, well, what were the toggies. We used to have a team of ponies go to the toggies to go and compete there, and always have a great time at those championship shows as well. So I was really lucky. We had a great team of people helping me find and source really great potential horses. My team horses, I had Capelon, he was known as CK. He came from Hankneuren and was jumping the junior rounds with me. We jumped at Hickstead in the big classes and jumped many Nations Cups. Out in Reims was the best one with him, where although he had a bit of a sticky start in the first round, he kind of went in and there was a big crowd and he got very nervous, bless him, and had a lot of faults. I think it was something like 33 and something faults. It was terrible. And we came out, and I remember Mike Florence said if I ever jump a clear round on his team, he'll eat his hat. And so then of course I had to go and prove him wrong. We came out and jumped double clear, because we actually jumped off with Germany and we won. Great Britain won the Junior Nations Cup there, and so it's a very proud trophy that I still have. I did unfortunately, the Magnum of Champagne that we won has already been drunk. But no, that was a really special moment with him. I had Napolitana, who we qualified for the Grade C Horse of the Year show, and she went and she jumped there, which was amazing. We had also Magic Blue. She was one that was sourced in the UK, and again was a Grade C finalist at Horse of the Year show. I also had Kimai, who we bought from Peter Charles, and he was a young rider horse. I think we had him when I was a young rider, and he jumped on teams and Grand Prix and was really lovely horse. And then probably my most fond memory of my horses then was Arctic Droman, which was an Irish horse, again sourced by Peter Charles, and he was quite a character, to say the least. He'd only jumped up to a metre when we got him, and to be fair, I don't think any of us knew the capability that he actually had, and to be fair, I don't think he did have any talent. It was pure heart. Everything he gave me was heart, and we ended up jumping the World Cup, and I was the first 18-year-old to do that in Mill Street with him, and we ended up coming equal, eighth with Tim Stockdale and Winston Bridget at the time, which was another character horse back in those days. So I had a car accident in 2005. I was out on holiday with my then fiance, and he was killed in the car accident. I somehow miraculously have survived, and I'm very lucky that I had a team of people around me that helped me get back to where I am today, and I'm very lucky to have the minor injuries that I do have. I mean, look at me, you wouldn't know that I'd been in such a sort of a life-threatening situation. Yeah, and that brought an end to my career with horses. The doctor said that I wasn't going to ride again. I had a nerve compression in the brachial plexus nerve, and I was in a lot of pain if I ever tried to do anything sporty, especially riding. So it wasn't something that I saw myself doing again. Well, in 2008, I had an operation to take one of my ribs out. The first rib sits at the top, and that has released the nerve pressure that I had and the nerve pain. And I think more recently I was made redundant from my office job, which I thought I had to go and get a career. So I was working in an office, I was working for Horse and Rider and Pony magazine. So I think that everyone last year with COVID had a bit of a wake-up call with their life and what they're doing, and if it's what they really want or where they're going. And it really, being made redundant, the COVID made me think this, now I really actually want to do this again, and I want to get back to the horses and go back to my roots and my passion. At the moment, I've got my own horse. We call him Lambo for Lamborghini because his passport name's Diablo. And that was the only nice thing we could come up with that goes with Diablo. He does unfortunately live up to his name at times. But he's a very, very sweet, just rising 6 young horse. He's a gelding. He was only gelded last year, so he does still occasionally think he is a stallion, although he isn't now. He's going to really benefit from getting out and doing some stay-away shows this year. He just needs a bit of education and he needs some life experience. He's obviously, I think there's a lot of young horses now with COVID, they haven't been able to get out and they haven't seen anywhere near what they would have seen. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but he does need to get out this year now and start living life. And then I have an owner's horse that I'm producing. We call her Scrappy because she's by Scrapman, she's an Irish sports horse that was brought over from Ireland last year. She's a very sweet 5, just rising 5 this year, very sweet mare, always willing to please and wanting to do her best for you. So yeah, she'll be starting her career as well this year. And I must say, some days I think she's 2 years older than he is. So, but I think that's the girl versus boy also debate there. She's much more mature than he is. I'm based at Blackwater Equestrian, which is down near Romsey in the south of England. It's an absolute state-of-the-art centre. They've got a stunning outdoor arena with a brilliant surface, covered horse walker, and they're just putting in another arena on the other side of the road with an indoor school and a lunge pen. The stables have underfloor heating, so my horses have fully landed their bums in butter, as the saying goes, and they're definitely enjoying living the high life there. My aspirations, I want to get back to jumping at the top level again and jumping for Great Britain and having the opportunity to do that and with a string of horses. Obviously the sport's changed quite a bit since I was at the top of the sport, and horses are very different to what they were when I was jumping, which is why I've taken the route of buying myself a young horse and playing the longer game and hoping that he will turn out to be a Grand Prix horse moving forward. I think every rider needs owners. It's really important. I want my owners to really be part of my team, and I want them to feel like they're part of my team. They'll get regular updates. We'll talk about the horse's plan, what's going right, what's going wrong, what might need adjusting. I'm really happy for them to play a big part, as much or as little as they want. If they just want to come to the show, watch their horse jump and hopefully win and go home, then that's absolutely fine. But if they want to come and have yard visits and see what we're doing on a day-to-day basis, have weekly updates, again, I'm really open. I'm with my training and my plans and what I do with my horses. Nothing's behind closed doors and everything I'm happy to share with them. I think the syndicate's a really fantastic idea for people who want to have a bit of fun and get the opportunity to own a horse, own part of a horse like this that they never would be able to own on their own. And you get to come to shows, enjoy watching your share of your horse jump and hopefully win some classes and be part of almost it's our own little family. So I'm producing the horses and I'm doing a lot of teaching as well. I really enjoy teaching. I find it really rewarding and giving back. I've been incredibly lucky to have training from some of the top riders and trainers in the world. And I really love being able to go and help other riders create the harmonious relationship with their horses that I hope to have with all of mine as well. I'm also building up my social media following. That's really important these days. So I'm at EQ Choice on Instagram and Equestrian Choice on Facebook. I'm doing a blog each week where I either cover training or management or different sides of the industry that give you an insight into what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. So since obviously losing my office job and having the opportunity to go back to the sport that I love, it's really made me realise how passionate I am about the sport and how lucky I am to wake up in the morning and go and see those little faces over the stable door. I can't express in words how grateful and thankful I am for the opportunity to be doing this again and to have those horses. it's a dream come true to sort of come out in the morning, get up, and might be freezing cold in the middle of winter and it's raining, but it's an amazing thing to be able to get up and see those little heads over the door when you come in and give you a little whinny. They want their food, and it's so rewarding. And working with the young horses as well, although frustrating at times because you feel you're taking one step forward, two steps backwards, it's just so rewarding when they do get it right and when everything does come together and you think, you know, I taught them that. They didn't know that before they came to me, and now they do. And wherever they go on in their career, they'll always know that now because I was the rider who gave them that basis and that knowledge. Well, I think I want potential owners, and I would like them to come and be part of the syndicate. One, because I think this is going to be really fun, and I think this is something that they can really actually get to enjoy and be a part of our team. And I will be supplying updates. You'll have full monthly updates, and I'll be doing weekly updates as to what we're doing and what we're planning on doing, the shows we're planning on doing. I know, you know, the best laid plans and all of that.